we are discussing step number 6 and step number 7. Step number 6 is defining the succession data model, and step number 7 is defining the country specific succession data model. Now, so in succession data model, as we discussed, what kind of information will be there in succession data model, where we can see employee personal information objects, employee employment information objects. So thus the information will be there in the system. Now let's proceed. So let me put a heading for this session: start time. Succession data model is a very important. Let me tell you, whenever you are doing changes for succession data model, and what will be the strategy for the importing and exporting activity. So whenever you are doing a succession data model importing and export activity, it's a very important. You should know about it. So one is, there are only one way. There are only one way to import and export succession data model. There is succession data model and country specific succession data model. There is only one way. Only one way. Succession data model and CSF succession data model. How to upload succession data model and country specific succession data model. Only one way. That is instant wise. That's the provisioning wise. The backend, that is import and export data model for succession data model. For CSF succession data model, we'll see later. Okay. For exporting the data model, two ways. One is instance wise, and the second thing is provisioning wise. Earlier in the year 2021, 21 H1 release, SAP gave this feature that where we can export the data models from the instance as well. Earlier we don't. Through the instance wise, we can export the succession data model and country specific succession data model, and also provisioning wise exporting. But if you say uploading, nothing but importing the succession data model and country specific succession data model, only one way. That is provisioning wise a backend. If I say succession data model, it's import export data model. If for a country specific succession data model, import and export country specific, country region specific succession data model. That's the only one way. That's it. We will see first. We will log in system and we will see the configuration. We will see the data model, how to export. So by default, you won't get this one anything. You have to give the permissions. So first of all, I'll give the permission to you as well, everyone. PM sales. I'm logging to the sales demo. I am Anya Singh. I'm going to export the succession data model. See here. I can export it. I can export country region specific succession data model and succession data model. That's it. So only export. There is no command for importing into the system through instance wise. Sir, how I can do import activity through the provisioning, which I'll show you. Okay. Now, conducting the workshop for succession data model is a skill job. Skill job. For corporate data model, it's okay. We can run the show. But conducting the workshop for succession data model is a skill job. Skill. I'm using the word skill. Sir, how, how to run the data model configuration? How to run the workshop? Before the running the workshop, what I'll do is let me slice the succession data model. And it's a good news that to everyone, how we will do configuration and creation of data. So in succession data model, it's not required XML. XML is not recommended, where configuration can be done in instance itself. XML is not required, where XML pad, notepad, no, not required. In the system, we can do it. Creation of data by using a tool called manage data. We can do it. I believe we have something. Are you here with me? Yes. Can please type make sense here, MS, if you are with me. Yes. So configuration can be done on instance itself, and the creation of data can be done managed data. And people will identify your skill. Never do the changes on XML for succession data model and country specific succession data model. Okay. Now, for your information, I have downloaded the data model and I'll show you. This is the data model for succession data model. Notepad plus plus. Same XML version 1.0 encoding UTF-8. So succession data model, view and go to folder. Now see here. You can see here succession standard data, user ID, username, email, gender, blah 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 blah. These are all things we can see. You can see here you'll be having questions, sir. Here you can see a lot many things, standard elements. You can see here standard elements, and you can let me and you can see, scroll down. You can see background elements, user info elements, tab element, HRS element, and element permissions and the DG filters, a view template, and sync mappings. Ignore everything. Let's focus on only one thing that's called HRS element. You can see here HRS element. In succession data model, we are going to discuss HRS elements for today. And the later on, the days are going on, we will discuss background elements. We will discuss employee HRS sync mappings. We will discuss DG filters. Custom filters has been deprecated, and that's it. And rest of all is not required. Okay. Now, what we'll discuss? We'll discuss HRS element. We're discussing HRS element, right? Yes. So HRS element, the below are in what are the HRS elements are there? So here, person info, personal info, global info, national ID card, home address, phone info, email info, emergency contact to primary, personal relationship info, employment info, user account info, job info, comp info. Now come to the system. As I said, go to manage data and in the instance, I said only one word. In the instance itself, we will do the configuration. So where do we will do the configuration? We will do the configuration on a screen called Bcui screen, or we call them that place as manage business configuration. In this place, we will do the system configuration. Now go to the system, don't type BCUI, it won't appear. Okay. Now how it will appear? Please type full name, manage business configuration. Click it. Now this is for manage data, for creating the data for the elements. First, I'll open the BCUI screen. Now you will get this beautiful screen. This is a very, very important screen. Your day never ends without open this place, this command as well. BCUI screen, nothing but manage business configuration. Now, When you upload the succession data model, you can see employee central. Under the employee central, where you can see HRIS elements, you can see HRIS mappings, employee profile, and filters. And those are available on data model. Now, sir, notepad, I feel that it's very gaji busy, it's a Telugu word, so let me see that those are very mess up things. Can you please show me an XML pad? It will be very clear for everyone. Yes, let me show you an XML. Those are will be very clear for you. Now close it. Now even in XML, don't see on the source view, see on table view. In a table view where you will have everything at one place, a very detailed manner. Now here standard elements, user info elements, background elements, tab elements, HRS elements, HRS action, custom filters, element permissions, DG filters, view templates, and mappings. So we are going to discuss now. We are discussing now only HRS elements here. So what about standard? What about user info, background, DG filters, sync mappings? We'll see later. Now we will see here HRS element. Now click the HRS element. Now see here. The moment when I unfolded, there I'm able to see person info, personal info, global info, national ID card, home address, home info, email contact, personal relationship, employment info. Same information where you can see here. Comp info, email info, emergency contact, employment info, global assignment info, global info, home address, next job info. Sir, here I can see into mark. Into mark, those items are deprecated in the system. Deprecated means SAP deprecated. Example, direct deposit has been deprecated. SAP brought into picture called payment information package, pay structures package, payment information package. So that is a new additional package came from SAP. So has been deprecated and we are using that one. Okay, it's additional package. It's not part of the employee central core. Additional package where the implementation partner will wasul. He will paisa wasul. He will wasul the paisa to implement that package. Okay, right. IM info, no one using nowadays. In the system itself, we are giving all the information. Now, email info, emergency contact, employment info, and global assignment info, global info, and pay component, non-recurring pay component, recurring payment information, and we have pension payout information, personal info, personal relationship, phone info, user account info, work permit information. So these are the elements are there. Now, this is employee central HRS elements. In the HRS elements, where we have two parts. One part is employee personal information, employee employment information. So, in another word, I would like to call them as personal information objects, employee information objects. Sir, how to classify them? What are the personal information objects? What are the employee employment object? So for that, nothing to do, where I have already classified them and I put them in an order. So I'll open the data again, the our learning material. Now go to, yes. See here, employee management objects. So here the person objects and here the employment objects. In the person object, we can see personal information, biographical information, national ID information, contact information, address information, work permit information, emergency contact dependents. In the employment information, I can see employment details, job information, relationship, and compensation information. That's it. This information will be there in the system. We'll maintain it. Okay. tomorrow, which means on Monday, after completion of the Monday session, where I'll be giving you this notes for you. It's a very, very important for you. Okay. And maybe I'll give you some homework for you that I'll give you this homework as well. Person objects and employment objects. Affected identity, country specification, workflows of everything. I'll give you these all things as well. And I here one more thing I'll write here. Event reasons. Okay, we'll discuss these all things on after completion of the Monday session. I'll give you homework actually, which you will accomplish it. Okay, now save as, close it. Now, so here you can see compensation. First of all, I'll go to the personal info. Click the personal info. The moment when you click the personal info, it talks about employee personal information. Sir, how I would be knowing that personal info means employee personal information? You just come and learn it. That's it. Okay. Now, so this is the employee personal information. So in employee personal information fields will be there. Here you can see these are all the fields, HRIS fields. And the below you can see here a name called trigger rules. Below you can see trigger. So these are called business rules. These are called business rules. So don't touch these business rules because these are interlinked. Maybe today we will initiate one business rule as well, but hold on. Okay. Now, so these are the HRIS elements which we are working. Now, sir, how do I can see these elements in my system screen? How do I can see these information fields? I'll see and I can how I can see them in the system. Now, if you want to see this personal info fields, where do I can see? Right click here and say duplicate. So here, this is the global search bar. You can, I already told you this is a test system, sales demo system. SAP is already given us some sample data. SAP already given some employees. Let's say I'm Anya Singh. I will type one person name in the system. So this is in a US system, US American system, and mostly you'll find all the American names. I'll type one any one name called I don't know whether they are having on the system. I'll type one American name. America, there is a name called Shara. I can see lot many. Or else if you want know some David American names, lot many. Or else if you had say Saul, okay, and Paul, these are the American names, my friend. You type anyone, okay, you will get any one candidates. Now hold the mouse and you will get his details. Now you can see here employee details, right? This is called quick card, employee quick card. So click that employee name. Now you will be redirected to employee that people profile screen. So this is called people profile screen. We already discussed it very in detailed. What is this? What is this? What is this? So I don't want to re-talk about it. So you can see here, sir, yesterday I have seen some logos are different here. The logo is different. So our internship resource, Mr. Shiva, is doing some changes on the homepage. We are doing some customer configurations for a company called STL, Sterilized Group Technologies, and there is one more company called the team is playing Shiva and Krupaniti. They are playing with the sales demo system, and they have designed a beautiful homepage. And let me show you some customer system for you. This when I say homepage, this is the new homepage. You might have seen some different colors, right, on yesterday. Maybe violet color, pink color, blah 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 blah. Where I told to the team I have given a manual to how to change it, so they have changed the color codings. Sir, how do we will change? There will be a session. In that session where anyone from the team they will give you guidance to that. maybe Krupanidhi or Shiva, maybe Anusha, anyone can, maybe, or someone else from the team, they will give you this work. SAP gave a deadline that by December everyone has to do it. Other not the September, by September 10th they have to do it. September 10th, 2022, they have to do the new homepage configuration for all the customers on their production systems. If they haven't done on September 10th, on December first week, SAP will migrate their production systems with the new homepage configuration automatically. SAP gave that warning. If the SAP migrated the things, then lot many customized objects won't work. Legacy homepage options won't work. So that's the reason we have to do it. So many customers say complaints. So now we're working with them. Okay, now hold on. So this is called a homepage screen. Homepage screen. This is called people profile screen. No confusion at all. No confusion at all. This is called a people. This is called homepage screen, and this is called people profile screen. Okay, sir. There will be one more screen called EP. EP. There will be one more screen called EP, which so now here we can see it. This is the people profile. Now we will discuss EP profile on the time comes. Now you can see here first object employee personal information. Personal information. Now same thing you can see here business configuration, personal information. Sir, identifier cannot be changed. Technical ID. See here, there is no option to change it. Label. This is the label. You can change it. Default label, I told you already, default language. If if you click this paint button, there you can see language translations. Default values: English country, Chinese country, Portuguese country, Japanese country. So these are the country's language translation. Example, let's say if Chinese translation is not available, but you have opened the Chinese country language, then default text, this text will come there. That's it for the personal info. Okay, now, sir, here I'm having the word yes or no. When you say no, entire personal information portlet will be disappear from the screen. Don't do that. That's not recommended. Okay, let it be active. And the below you can see here HRIS fields. This is HRIS information. This is HRS field. HRIS element, HRIS information, HRS field. So HRIS fields, what are the first name? You can see here first name. You can see here last name. You can see here business first name, business last name. You come to business first name. I'm not able to see here, sir. Why? The reason is, so where here they have followed the settings here. Business first name enabled and the mandatory is no and has been controlled probably. Copy. Maybe some permission issue in the system. There is no, and it is not enabled. It is something permission issue, so I'm not able to see that. It's coming. Everything will come. Okay. Now there, whatever the field you can see here, all the fields are available on this field. Now, my friend, let's say let's click for one more thing. That's for person info. When you say person info, is employee biographical information. Person ID, date of birth, country of birth. Now go to the system. So just scroll down, biographical information, basic info, biographical information. See here, biographical information, person ID, date of birth, country of birth. Sir, I can see here a lot many other fields as well. I'm not able to see them. Yes, those are not enabled. You can see here, no, 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 no. Those are not enabled, so we are not able to see them. Next, personal info, person info. Next, I'll go for the job info objects. When I click the job info object, sir, here I can see here lot many fields, lot many fields, lot many fields, lot many fields. These all, sir, where do I can see? So job info, right? So here you can see here job information. Click the job information where you can see the fields here. Okay. Now, so one thing is clear. Where do you can see them? You can see them on you can see them on the employee people profile screen, and also you can, if you want, you can do the configuration on the Bcui screen, not the XML. XML is not recommended. Okay, now, so first of all, the requirement is we need to conduct the workshop. So for the workshop, we required three materials. I said, can someone tell me what are the three materials are required for a workshop? Can someone tell me what are the materials are required for the workshop? I said three aids are required for a workshop. Can someone type it in the chat? What are the aids? What are those aids? AIDS, aids for the conducting the workshop. To conduct the workshop, PPT, workbook, demo system access. These three are important. Yes, Thiru. Super. Now, PPT, we want a TPT. So PPT, you know it at. So nothing to do with that PPT. So PPT leave it. Let's the workbook now. Sir, how workbook? I need to download the workbook. Sir, how to download the workbook? So I will download the workbook from the partner site portal. Download the workbook from partner site portal. Right click here, go to the system, partner edge employee central. Log into the partner edge portal. I'll download and I'll show you. Let me configuration workbook, employee data workbook. Let's talk to employment data. Let's close this XML because it's not required for us. Now go to the system, go to the downloads, open the data workbook. Now this is the employee central employee data configuration workbook. Okay. And you know this all page, so I don't want to discuss about table content. See here. And here we will see the things: biography information, personal information, country specific information, national ID, and you can see lot many other things will be the country specific, which these are talks about country specific succession data model. Okay. Now country specific succession data model and succession data model, we will run the workshop on the same thing. Okay, let's jump into the personal info. Personal info, click it. There is the personal info configuration. As I said, ignore the uh, pick list in my previous class. Ignore it right now. Okay, now what you will do is, sir, ignore these all the things as well. Okay, now what you need to do is, so here you can see it white color. The white color cannot be edited. Only the yellow colors only can be edited. Right now, so the personal info, if you want to rename it, we can rename it. Otherwise, you can. So as per SAP standard, personal info can be called as personal information. Let it personal information. If your customer is a mental or ethical, he can share, he can change that information however you want. But as of now, I see in the customer they haven't changed it as of now. They have kept the remain kept as same as personal information in their system. Now, so to run the workshop, first we will tell them, after configuring the success factor personal information system, where you will get a screen like this. So now what they will do is they will understand, they will analyze the existing fields. They will see the first name, last name, preferred language, nationality, gender, preferred name. So these are there, but we want a few more fields are there. Let me tell you. What SAP offers, few more fields. Here you can see here first name, business first name, last name, business last name, second last name, middle name, salutation, suffix, alternative first name, and you can see here business first name, middle name, alternate first name, business first name one, alternate middle name, display name, formal name, title, birth name, and preferred name, initial, second title. And there are lot many marital status, nationality, date of birth, nationality, second nationality, third nationality, native, preferred, date of death not required, employees working in the organization. Next, challenge status, and certification started, certification ended, partner name prefix, partner name format code, language script, other language, third name, and if your employee is having third name, okay, some custom strings. That's it. We will explain to the customer. If you want any other fields as well, just let us know so that we will update in the system. So you have to know if they're having a question that, sir, what is this field name, what is this field talks about. That's very clear that in the last where SAP has given some understanding. So what is third name? Let's go down in the last. You can see you can use up to configure. You can enter the third name of alternative name character 2 here. Okay, now you can see the description here. Now, generally, what they will do is they will see all the things and they will say that what they want, they will do it. So here you can see visible options. You can see mandatory option. That's it. Sir, what about the rest of the option? Just ignore. We'll discuss later. Okay. So visibility and mandatory. These two only required. They will discuss. They will change it. Now, what they will do is existing format, mostly no one will do it. But what they will do is, after seeing these all things, they will say that there are few more fields which are not available here. They want it. So immediately we will need to ask them what are the fields. So now the customer will tell you that. So we want few more fields. So can you please tell me what are the fields required? They will they will tell you, or else we will tell them that you can give them on the system screen. So then what they will do is they will write it. So how they will write it? So here I want a field called blood group. Do we have a blood group field here? No, we don't have a blood group field. Next, uh, what else? Date of death is there, okay, and employee date of birth is there, and marital status since means what? So marital status since means what? So here it was a no, which means it's not required, but it's a variable value, so which is coming. And marital status since, copy. Do we have a marital status, we have a marital status and a marital status since. Seems that field we don't have it here. Click here. Marital status and marital status since I don't see any field here. So customer will tell you what is marital status since. Customer will ask you. Now what you need to do is you have to go to the system here. You can enter the date since when the marital status you have indicated the field marital status is valid. So you can say that on which date, on which date onwards your marriage is happened actually. So the customer will tell you that I don't want to see as a marital status in, please type it here as a wedding date. Okay, customer name, right? Wedding date. Okay. Next, next, what else groups are there here? So I don't have a fields like in our company. We want to maintain employee discounts. So we don't have anything here. So please mention here employee discounts. So employee discount. Sir, employee discount means what? Whether the employee is eligible for the discount or not. Let's say if it is a company is itself in the retail market company. If it is a retail market company, in the retail market company, every employee will have a discount card. Every employee, even you working for Reliance or even you working for Indian called I don't know the Indian things, but I'm talking about the big MNC companies of retail market or clothing industry companies. They have this kind of thing, and even saw the many companies, many blue collars, they will have the discounts, employee discount. So there is no field which I want to see them on the system personal information portal. Employee say that I want this field. Okay, next. What else? He will write it. He will write. Just we'll give the time to him so that he will write. Maybe in front of you he will write, or else maybe together they will have a discussion and they will write it. Okay. Now they will write the condition as well. Don't wait for it. They will give you the functional scenario here. They will give it. Next here, I'll add one more. They want to add one more field, employee discount. Here, discount card name. Every discount will have a card name as well. Let's say what is the name you have to be printed. So printing card name also required. So next, there one more name. What type of card you want? You want a digital card or plastic card? So type of card, type of card. They can mention here as well. This is employee personal information, right? So these are employee personal details. So that's the reason we are writing on the personal information portlet. Okay. Now discount card, type of card. So discount card name. Else, what else? Right click here and say a few more as well. So what else we can write it? So example that 1, 2, 3, 4 fields customer have added. Okay, that we deleted. Okay, now, so as I said, we have a concept called custom strings. By using custom string concept, we can do it now. So the customer have written these names. Okay, now if you want what exactly customer wanted, copy. And these are the custom names actually. We'll tell them to write down here. Okay, once customer has written here, okay, so you can rename these are the naming format, and you can see that you have to define the custom strings as well, right? So you can give the custom string one, never give it under the personal information portlet. Never start with the custom string one, any of the data model. If you are working with the data models, never start with any of the portlet, never start with custom string one. Okay, customer will give like this, and don't write these all things are, just ignore it. And customer will write some business scenarios as well here. Now what are the business rules he will write? So he will write the business rules. What the business rules he will write? Let me maximize it. Now employee employee who have uh, discount card, who have discount card, uh, they will be having two types cards. One is plastic card and digital app. So plastic card who opts it. Opts it means who owns it. Who opts it. They must give email ID man email ID email ID and postal address, home address mandatory, and who opts the digital card email ID mandatory. Okay, next few more. Employee discount card. These are business cases, my friend. Employee employee discount card must be named as per employee first name and last name concatenated concatenated first name and last name concatenated with 25 characters only. Business, they will write the functional rules like this. Business, who will write? Business will tell you and you have to write it, or else where else if it is a big company and there will be business analyst will be there, the business analyst he will write it all these things. Now in this case no one here, right? So I am the customer and I am the we are the one, we are the customer, we are the developer, so we should know the scenarios here. So here only two statements, but those are very powerful statements and very complex statements. Those are very powerful and very complex statements. Very powerful and very complex. Sir, few more. Can I write few more? Yes, I can write few more as well. I'll tell you a lot many as well. Just these are the functional scenarios. So we need to achieve it. So likewise, they will write for all the elements. They will write for all the elements and they will give it us. Okay. Now what I will do is let we execute the scenario first this workbook. Then we will do one by one. Save as. I'll put the employee central data workbook. I'll put here batch 51, and I'll say this is SAP's. Okay, right. Done. Yeah, first of all, we need to add these elements. Now, if you won't add these elements in the system, first you have to ensure that whether these elements are available in the system or not. So as per our understanding, these elements, these fields are not available in the system, cross verified. Now, not only verified, whether they are standard fields of SAP or not verified. Those are not provided by the SAP, where you customer, the training partner has to build them. He has to build those all the fields. Sir, how I cannot? Wait, I'll tell you how I can create them. Now, what you will do is now go to the Bcui screen. This is the one. So under the Bcui screen, you need to create those fields here. Here you need to create it. There are a lot many fields are there under the personal info. Go to the personal info. I'm talking about personal info, right? He has written the conditions on personal info. Go to the personal info. Go to last. Here you need to create the fields. Now click down. Now, see here, I can see here a custom string one, custom string two. Those are vacant right now, so I can use it. Now, let's say right now, what customer said that there are four key elements he has to add it. Now, what I'll do is I'll add it like this, custom string two. But my friend, what my suggestion is, if you're adding a custom fields in the system, please come from last number. I'll tell you why. Not today. Today you will get confusion, so I won't tell you today. The reason I'll tell you later on classes. Right now I'll tell you come from last classes, last point, last element. So what is element? Blood group. Copy here. Go to the system here. I'll write as a batch 51 underscore blood group. And here I can see no. What are the no? Click the details. I'll tell you. Blood group one. Give the translation. English default translation. Batch 50. Sorry, what is that? Done. And say batch 51. Copy 51 and English values. Blood group. And also give the other countries translation. I don't know the other countries translation, so I'm not giving. But generally, client will provide you all these translations. All right, we have a translation workbook. In the translation workbook, they will provide each and every field a translation. Enable When you say enabled, yes, this field will be appeared on the system screen. This field will be appeared on the system screen. That's it. And I say done. Done. That's it. Field is created. Sir, shall we create remaining fields as well? Yes. Employee discount. Copy this one. Go to the system and right click here. Hold on. 19. Sir, 20. Where is 20? 20 is being consumed here. So that's the reason 20 is not available here. So choose 19. Now here, choose the field name, employee discount, batch 51 underscore new field. Copy, go to system, yes. And sir, I want to provide the translation. Click the translation. You can provide the translations as well. Okay, right and say done. So two fields I have added. That's good, super. You're doing good job. Next type of card. So copy it. I want to add one more thing. So here, custom string 18, paste it. Now say yes, yes. Next, next. Discount card name, copy. All are strings only, my friend. So that's it. I'm adding them all the strings on batch 51 underscore discount card name. Okay. How many fields I have added? I have added blood group, employee discount, type of card, discount card. One, two, three, four. Four I have added. Right click here and say save it. Are you getting? If you have any question, please type in the chat. Are you getting? If are you getting, then please type as MS. Makes sense. All are MS. Makes sense. If you are getting, please type as MS in the chat. Yeah. Thiru, yes. Aswat Sharan, yes. Karan, yes. Simha, yes. Yes. Bharati, are you with? Okay. Mm-hmm. Bharati, are you with us? Bharati, Bharati external. Are you with us?
Yes, Rajesh, my chat is
All
not
right.
enabled.
All right.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
is it still? I need to check with that one. I'll check with it. Can please mute yourself. Thank you so much for confirmation. Now see here, those all are strings I have enabled here. Now listen carefully. This is very, very important right now, what I'm sharing with you. Now go to the people profile screen and refresh the button, refresh it. Now the field should be visible on personal information portrait. Unfortunately, you can't see them here. And whatever. Something is mistake. Now, this is everyone's uh, everyone's standard framework you should remember. Yesterday, in my office itself, in our company, so we have an internship resource, and I gave him for one task, and he came to me and saying that, sir, I'm not able to identify this field on so and so screen. I'm not coming. I gave everything. I written the business rule and everything. That field is not visible on the system screen. And what you did, he told me that he searched it on the internet as well. In the internet, Google, when he Googled what you identified, said this is not something that, the errors, it is not in list. I called him and said, in my training journey, I told you one statement. The statement is immediately, whenever you're saying, if that particular field is not appearing anywhere in your desired place, only one issue will be there. The issue is called permission access. What is this? Permission access. So, guys, can you please tell me what is that? Can you please type it in the chat? What will be the issue? Permission access issue. Can you please type it in the chat? Permission access. Can you please type it at PA in the system? Bharti is next level. All right, well, let's move on. So permission access issue. In the same way here as well, we have a problem that's called permission access. Now hold on. Now when I say implementation system, when I say implementing the success factor, sir, permissions implementing the role-based project, implementing the role-based implementation, it will comes to step number 12. Where is this? Mhm. Business rules and go to the implementation sequence. Or else yesterday we have written the Anusha's notes, right? Let's open Anusha written something on the board. Let's use this one. It will be easy for us. Yes. Now see here. Step number you can see here. Setting up role based permission. It was 14. The reason why, because here there is a position management which is done as a mandatory, so that's the reason it's become as a 14. There is a place called setting up role based permissions here. This is actually a project. This is a step, it's a step, but it's actually a big work. But even though in spite of the big work, we won't wait for until this role based permission. In the system, we will create one role called system administrator role. System administrator role. For that, you are the one who owns it. So for your role only, we will do permissions from this place: corporate data model, country specific, region specific data model, and foundation data, succession data, region specific. Once after completion of the system evaluation and configuration, immediately we will give the permission to that permission role only. Sir, what is permission role? I'm not getting. Wait for until completion of the data model, then I'll tell you the process. Okay. So in today's session, I'll give you a chocolate. Very simple understanding. What is that? Permission is nothing but whenever you want to see in the system, you require a permission to see it and to edit it. That's it. Okay. Now, so go to the system. Here I have created the fields. So those fields are not available. Those fields are not available in the system screen. Sir, how to get them? So it's a permission issue. If it is a permission issue in my system, what is my permission role and your permission role? Everyone permission role would be only one. That's called system administrator. Yes, everyone success factor consultant, right? So mostly in the system, people might have, they will be creating a permission role called system administrator, IT admin, EC admin, administrator. Only they will put these kind of names. Okay. Likewise, we will be having one permission role for us, for success factor consultants, and actually for employee central people, we will be having a permission role. So if you want to access that permission role, this is my system, right? I know that permission role. So I'll be going to the system and I'll add them. Now go to the system, go to the per role. I'm using shortcuts, manage permission roles. I need to go to there. I'm going to the system. There is a permission role called system administration. This is the one. Click it. Now here I'll give the permissions. Now again the question. Sir, where these items will be there? Now listen, this is a very, very important. Now go to the people profile screen. Now in the people profile screen, you can see here a star, you can see here a clock option, clock. Go down. You can see here, uh, here I cannot see any clock here. Go down again. Here also no clock. Come to the below. Sorry, here I can see a clock button. Sir, what do you mean by clock button? Clock button means historical data. If there is no clock button, there won't be having any data of historical data. Sir, what is historical data? Let's say go to the system. When you say clock button, click this one where you can see history changes, historical data. In the left side, you can see the changes. Example, listen carefully. This is a very, very important. This is a very, very important session. If you miss it today, you miss entire success factor. Listen carefully. What is this? This is a very, very important. So here, what you will do is you have to understand there is a concept in the system called effective dated entity. Effective dated entity. There is a field called, there is one more type called non-effective effective dated entity. Effective dated entity, non-effective dated entity. These two are very, very important. Effective dated entity means when you say here clock symbol, this called history symbol. Those are called effective dated entities. Now going down, when you say that there is no symbol of clock here, I don't see any clock symbol. Those are called non-effective dated entities. Sir, what do you mean by effective dated entity and non-effective dated entity? Let me tell you. I'm talking to you a database. Okay, even success factor, the data will be stored on S4HANA system only. Okay, there is a database. In the database data will be stored. Now listen, in the database, if you are a CPA consultant, definitely you have to know this one. But anyway, even though you're not a CPA consultant, you're a success factor consultant, you should know what do you mean by effective data identity, what do you mean by non-effective data identity. It's important for everyone, both the cases. Now, in a database, let's say there is a table called personal information or something else, any information, there is a table. In the table, there are fields: employee number, employee name, employee location, employee working company, employee start date, and end date. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now here, if I say serial number, let's say give us a number as 1001. Employee name is Bharati. So Bharati started working from a office called Hyderabad, I assume, and she started working for a company called Infosys, and she started working on this company from 01/05 2012. Assume that, and end date. Hold on here. Status. So status, what I will, it's an active flag. I'll write as a A. A means active. What is end date? End date, I'll write here as a person is working in the organization. There will be any end date? There won't be any end date. End date will be mentioned as 31st December 2019. As of now, this is the system end date. Or some companies they will write as a 99999999. That's it. This is the record. This is the Bharati's information. Now copy the Bharati information here. Now let we insert one more record of one more person. Let we say the employee number is 1002 and his name is Kiran. Kiran is working from Delhi, Noida office. Let's say Noida, and he's from Infosys. Let's say he's not from. It's our system only. Will let gives one more data. He's working from one more company. Let's assume that he's working for that is a company in the market, Stepping Cloud, and he's working in this company from. Um, let's give some date called. Let's say some date, and he's working from this company from 2012. Okay, exactly. Let we enter one more record, 3, and not Bharati. Let we give some other name. Some other name. Uh, let's give Thirumangal. Thiru, and he's working from Chennai, and he's working from the Infosys, and he's working from some sample date. Let's say he's working from 2016. Exactly. So now see here, this is the employer record. Listen, this is a very, very important. I'm laying a foundation. Okay. Now, if I say effective dated entities will have this all information, historical data information. Sir, what do you mean by history? Let me tell you. The difference I'll show you. I will show you the difference between effective dated entity, non-effective dated entity. In the effective dated entity, what happens? Let's say if Bharti had a promotion, she's having a promotion. Now what happened? She directly from Hyderabad, she jumped to her office to London directly, London Infosys. And wait. When she traveled to London, she joined the London on 15th January in 2022. Now, what happens here in the previous date here, you can see end date, right? This will become day minus one. Day minus means what? This is a 14th and this is 01 January 2099 will become 2022. Now, here active status will become as inactive. Inactive means what? Employee is not inactive. This is the old record. This is the current record. Now, can you I'm asking a question. Can someone tell me what is the current data of Bharati? Are who have a brain? Tell me the answer. Everyone who you have to speak on your mic. What is the current status of Bharati? Is she in Hyderabad or is she in London?
in London.
London.
Now, I'm talking about current data. This is my active status and current data of Bharati. Now, if I say history, what is history? Are yaar, London current hai. What is history? History. Okay, let's move on here. So, what is the current data? Current data is Bharati is in London. Now, what is history? History is she was in Hyderabad. Now here, effective dated entity means what? So effective dated entities will have a start date and end date. Non-effective dated entities will have only current data and we won't be having a start date record and date record in the system. Effective dated entities will have a start date and end date and the system will capture every changes from start date to end date, every date they will capture. In non-effective data, every time you can see only the current data, okay. Now here the personal information portlet. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll give you homework. Now what is the homework is you open the system and you have to write down that what are the portlets that supports the historical data. Do a homework. Okay, as I said, there is a homework sheet here. I have already written here. I would like to give it to you, but before I'll pass this hand on, it's a lecture notes. This lecture notes to you. But my suggestion is please type your own notes. Try to do it. Try to do it your own words. Now, effective dated entity or not? Yes or no? Personal info object. It's effective dated entity where I can see a clock symbol there. Biography information is not a clock symbol, so it is not effective dated entity. Likewise, write down for all the things. All object, person objects and implement objects. Okay. Now close it. Now the thing is where this is the effective dated entity. If it is effective dated entity, now the permissions will be there on effective dated entity, employee central effective dated entity. Now go to the permission rules and here in the permissions where we have user permissions and we have administrative permissions. Now under the user permission, we have effective dated entities. Go down, you can see employee central effective dated entity. Click it. Now, under the personal information section, there you can see here view current, view history, edit and insert, correct and delete. So, five permissions will be there. Effective dated entities will have five types of permissions. Will have five types of permissions. Number one, number two, number three, number four, number five. You are the admin. You are the admin, right? So give all the five permission for you right now. But later on, when you are doing for someone else, don't give it. Okay. First permission is a view current. View current means what? Only the current data. Bharati is working in London. That's it. So what is view history? View history means Bharati is working in London and she worked in Hyderabad as well. That's called view history. And there is option called edit and insert. Edit and insert means where you can edit the data. I'll show you edit. You can already existed data or even historical data or current data. You can say in historical you can edit it and you can correct. Insert means you can insert between the 15 2022 and between the 14/01/22, between you can insert a new record. That's a permission. It's okay. It comes, things are coming. I'll tell you. It just started. Okay. Next, one more permission, that is correction. Correct. If you want, you can correct it. There is one more permission called delete. Now see here. View current, view history, edit and insert, correct and delete. If you are giving a view history, automatically view current also will be enabled. Now go down. Now, the first field what I have created. Sir, I'm not able to see them here. Now what I'll do is, now you can see here batch 51 blood group, view current, view history, edit and insert, correction and deletion. Employee discount. Click the history. When you click the history, automatically current also selects. See here. Now see, when you select this button, delete, automatically view current and view deleted. Select it automatically. When you select correction, so how many fields? 3 fields I have loaded. Type of card, employee discount, and how many fields I have added here? Go to the system. I have added 1, 2, 3, 4 fields I have added. Now go to the system. There will be one more field called batch 51. Batch 51. Add that field as well. Only 3 fields. 1, 2, 3. 3 fields are coming here. Why? Let's go to the system. 1, 2, 3, 4 fields I have added, right? So here, why? The reason why it is not able here, it was written as a no here. To enable this button here, take action, make correction. The moment when you say here no, the field was disappeared there. So please change to yes. Then only you can see that field as well. Save it. My friend, are you learning something today? Are you getting something? Can you please type it something in the chat? If you're getting something, please type it in the chat. This is the foundation, my friends, for your success factor. Any module, my friend, is it onboarding 2.0 or even any other model. If you're adding a custom string, if that field is not visible, that's the issue is only the permission issue. That's it. As I said in my previous classes as well, employee central is the basic model, and if you are learning this module is enough to learn other models. If you are investing the time here and you are, where you require just a 5 to 10 classes to learn other models, that's it. Not more than that. Now go to the system here, employee central effective dated entities. Now click the other one as well, batch 51. Oh, seems permissions are not saved here. Now save thing everything. Make sure that the permission is saved. Yes, permissions are saved now. Now go to the system and refresh it. Now go to the personal information portlet. Sir, hi love, fields are not coming. Don't worry. The fields will come like this now. Batch 51, blood group, batch 51, employment discount, type of card, discount card. Sir, how I can give the data? Click the pencil button. Now, which data notes you want to give the data? I would like to give the data from August onwards. Click the August one. Now, give the data. Show more fields. Now, what are the fields you have added? You have added blood group. Let's say this fellow blood group is B positive. And the employment discount card. Employment discount is having or not? So he's having yes. What type of card is having? He's having a card called plastic card. Plastic, your debit card, Visa card, plastic cards. Employment discount name. His name is something blah 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 name, right? So what was his name? His name was Paul Paul Burgess. So first name and last name concatenation has to come. Paul Burgess. Save it. So some workflows are there in the system, okay, which will turn off them. What I'll do is I'll turn off the workflows, cancel it. I know my team have written some the data change workflows. Let me turn off those workflows as well. I told you already the team is doing a lot many. Let me actually we will have a data change workflows in the system, but I'll let we turn off it. This one SK Shiva has a current workflow. Let me close it. And this one as well. Okay, save it. I have turned off the workflows. Now, no one's approval is required. Automatically, data will be saved in the history. Now, go to the system. Now, come down here. Now, again, click the button. Now, give the data again. Now, show more fields. Now, go down. Batch number 50 here. Be positive. And say employee discount yes, and the type of card is a plastic card, plastic discount card. And here employee discount card name is Paul Burgess, some name, and just save it. Now you can see the data. So this is the way how to add, how to conduct the workshop, how to get the input from them, and how to now. So as of now is clear. Now question is the business, they will give the rate like this. No, they'll give more options. That if I say blood group, now you have written in the later on time, what they will do is now the continuation to the workshop, what they will do is in the workshop, in the blood group, I don't do, I should have a values. So I should have a values, and they will be mentioning the values. They will write here an option here somewhere, pick list. Here there is an option called pick list. So in the pick list, they will say these are the SAP standard pick list, and they will tell us a few more. We won't have one more pick list for blood group. So we will ask them what are the fields you want for the pick list. Now pick list will we want. Now so we want for pick list called blood group. So for the blood group we want fields. What are the fields you want? So I want a field called A positive, and I want a field here B positive. I want here AB positive. I want a field here O positive. I want a field here O negative. Okay, please, we will write them here. That's good. Next, what else you want? For here, employee discount, we want fields. Okay, what do you want? We want some values, nothing but drop down values. Those drop down values are called pick list. So we want yes or no. Yes or no. Okay, that's good. I will write here. Next, what else you want? We want type of card. Type of card also two types. Okay, okay, whatever you want. Okay, please tell me. We'll ask them. They will tell us. Type of card. They'll say yes. Type of card. Go down and say type of card. Okay, that's good. Okay, type of card. Now, the type of card contains what are the values? Oh, this card contains a plastic card. Plastic card means your debit card, credit card. Likewise, there is a plastic card will be there, that the printed card. And digital card means it's just application, mobile application, digital card. Okay, that's also good. Next, what else you want? Uh, discount card, is it it's a concatenation of the first name and last name, there won't be any drop down values. Now, this is the business. The business has given the inputs. Now, let me highlight them for you. These are the custom pick list. Okay. And I say, my friend, every requirement will be freezed on the workbook only. Just for your learning purpose, just for your learning purpose, I'm doing one by one. Actually, once a requirement is done, once the requirements are freezed in the workbook, then only we'll start the configuration. Okay. But for your learning, I'm doing a various process. Now, if it is a pick list in the system, how we will identify them? Now go to the go to the material here under the personal info, click the personal info. So here we will write them as the what type of field it is. See here, you can see here as a pick list. See here, pick list. Now here as well, we have to write down the pick list. We have given a pick list, right? Yes, the value. So sorry, we have written in this area. So cut. Um, I have written them in a wrong area. So here we have a custom place. I should write them in different place, but I have written in different place. Should write them on here in the custom area. Okay. And these are the pick list. I'll write here pick list. Okay. And I'll mention here pick list name as well. So here I've written the blood group, right? I'll write here blood group. It's a blood group. This is a discount. We have employee discount copy. Okay. Type of card. Sir, do I need to change the color? Yes, you need to change the color. Which color? Same, you have to go to the same color only. Right click here, workbook color. Make sure those are colors are very, very important. Color coding. Color coding is very, very important, my friends. Click here and say boxes again. Okay, now. So shall I continue my session, sir? How to define these things? How to design these things? Shall I continue? Shall I pause the session? Shall I continue the session or shall I pause the session? So what I'll do is I'll give a break. I know that long time you are there, 8 o'clock. So I'll give it time for uh, 5 minutes break. Then we will start the session. Is that okay? Is that okay? Bharati, Simha, Ashwath, Suresh. Yeah, okay. Now the time is 10:01 and we'll catch up by 10:06.